Hare Krishna. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Never miss any updates.
नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासधि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की श्रील प्रभुपाद की। वेलकम टू भगवद गीता कोर्स। So today is the last class of this Bhagavad Gita course. So we are going to discuss the part 2 of 18th chapter. The chapter name is Conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. So in this we are going to discuss about section 4. This is from verses 41 to 48. Here Krishna explains worship of the Lord by performing one's own work. Okay. So this work means it is service given by the Guru. It's not whatever we choose on our own. It is a service given by Guru. As I told previously also, previously the old education system is that people used to go to Gurukula and Guru will observe his gunas. As per his gunas, he will assign the work which is connected to God. He used to perform as per dharma. Okay, so that kind of service Krishna is speaking. Even now we have opportunity for us to do, provided if you are taking guidance under a proper guru. So as per his nature and as per the work he is doing, the whole society is divided into 4 categories: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Okay, so these things are not as per birth, as told previously also. It is based on the what kind of gunas they are having. So Krishna once again is telling by what qualities these Brahmanas function. So Brahmanas qualities are that peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom and religiousness. Okay, so who are possessing these qualities, these gunas, he is considered to be Brahmana. Okay, then Kshatriyas. So what are the qualities by which Kshatriyas function? Heroism. You will see some people, if any fight happens, they will be standing front. Okay, so he is of Kshatriya quality. So heroism is one of the quality of the Kshatriyas. And power, determination, resourcefulness, they are ready to give, help others. And then courage in battle, they will not run away from battle, they will not be fearful. Generosity and leadership. Okay, so these are the qualities by which Kshatriyas function. Then Vaishyas. Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam. So the Vaishyas function by the their activities are farming, cow protection and business they will be doing. These are the activities of the Vaishyas. And Shudras, service to the other categories. Okay, so these 4 are divided as per the 3 gunas again. So Brahmanas are in Sattva guna, and then Kshatriyas are in Rajo guna, and then Shudras are in Tamo guna. Vaishyas means they are mixture of Rajo guna and Tamo guna. Okay, so this is how they are categorized. As per that they will be given that kind of works. Then So whoever was given that kind of service by the Guru, okay, so by performing that service nicely and then by worshipping the Lord, they can able to attain perfection. Okay, this is one level of perfection they can attain just by performing service and worshipping the Lord. So it is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, even though there are some faults. For suppose if you are king, you have qualities of a Kshatriya: heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness and courage. This kind of qualities you are having to some extent, okay, not full extent, but these are your gunas. You may not be able to perform that to full extent, but still, your gunas are supporting this kind of activities. So one has to perform that kind of duties. He should not consider it imperfect and then or he should not find some fault in that kind of activity and then stop that work. If some people are, especially for a leader, people has to cooperate. Okay, so sometimes people doesn't cooperate. Okay, so some faults will be there like that from our side, from other side. We should never give up the duty that was given by the Guru. So just by doing that duty and worshipping the Lord, okay, one can attain perfection in the life. Then Krishna says, next is section 5. This is from slokas 49 to 55. Here Krishna describes the symptoms of a self-realized soul. You may be thinking why Krishna is coming, directly to self-realized soul from the works. Because by performing work, by improving in some more qualities, one can become self-realized soul. So how is that Krishna is describing here? So the qualities of the self-realized soul are self-controlled. They control their mind, senses, everything. They are unattached to any kind of material things or people, okay, and they disregard all kinds of material enjoyments, okay. So by practice of renunciation, they attain perfection in their life, okay. So these are the qualities of the self-realized soul. So how to attain that position? So that position is called Brahman, okay. So this is one more level of perfection, okay. So that perfection stage is called Brahman. So self-realized soul are situated at the level of Brahman. So along with performing service, so one has to work on the other qualities also, okay. So by strength of service, one can able to develop these qualities and purify himself. So just like if you are told to travel from here to Delhi, okay, by train. So on the process, you learn how to book the train and how to travel over the train, okay, and then different kinds of people you will see, understand all those things, you will get opportunity, okay. So if you are interested, you can learn all these things also, and when you reach Delhi and you can understand the Delhi city also, okay, then you can come back. Without doing all these things, detailedly also one can go and come back, but the travel is an opportunity to learn all these things. Similarly, so this service is a good platform for all of us. Devotion service is a good platform for all of us to develop some good qualities. So what are those good qualities? So Krishna gives in detail. So by performing devotional service, so one should parallel work on purifying his intelligence. So his intelligence he has to purify. That means to be able to take a good decision by the strength of knowledge he has attained, and then control the mind with determination. So giving up objects of sense gratification, freedom from attachment, and then eat little, control mind, body and speech, okay, be detached, and freedom from false ego, false pride, lust, anger, and then false proprietorship, So all these things, so these good qualities one has to develop. So when he developed this kind of good qualities, then he is situated at the stage of Brahman, self-realized soul. So thus when he situated at the level of self-realized soul, Brahman, then he becomes fully joyful from within. He is always experienced the Brahman on the inside. Okay. So then above that also one more stage is there. That is pure devotion stage. Okay. Actually, Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotion, starts from the level of Brahman. You will be asking, then what we are doing now? We are not at the Brahman level. So now what we are practicing, is it not Bhakti? Is not pure Bhakti? So we are trying to practice pure Bhakti, pure devotion. Still, we are not fully practicing the pure devotion. That means you can understand the level of Bhakti. Many people will take the Bhakti word as very, simple and sentimental word. No, it is given very high importance in Bhagavad Gita. You can find here. Okay, from the level of Brahman, one can develop the pure devotional service, pure devotion. Then he can attain the abode of the Lord. Okay. So that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. In this chapter he is saying that. So then one can understand. So then Krishna is telling, Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yasyasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato jnatva vishate tadantaram. Okay. So that person who has attained the stage of Brahman and practicing pure devotion, okay, so that devotee, he is called as actual devotee. Okay. So that devotee can understand really the position of Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead clearly, without any doubt. Okay. So one can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotion service. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Okay. So in our life also, unless we are not devotees of the Lord Krishna, we cannot understand the position of Krishna. We cannot understand Bhagavad Gita clearly. That's not possible. Otherwise, we'll just think Krishna is one more person like any of us, and then what he is telling is also normal kind of knowledge only, and you cannot understand and you cannot get benefited by the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So thus, become fully conscious, then he becomes fully conscious of Krishna, then he will attain the Vaikuntha Loka. That's what this sloka is telling. So next is section 6. This is from verses 56 to 60. Here Krishna is giving some personal instructions. In the previous section, Krishna told that by becoming conscious of me, you can attain the supreme abode Vaikuntha. Okay. So what is that? How to become fully conscious of Krishna? That he is explaining in this section. So that's called the sloka number 57. Chetasa sarvakarmani maisanyasya matparaha buddhiyogam upasritya machitta satam bhava. So which means Krishna is telling, in all activities learn to depend on me. That is point 1. And second thing is, work always under my protection. So in this way, if you perform these two things, you will become conscious of Krishna. Very clearly Krishna is telling how to become conscious of him. So our movement, if you see, Krishna consciousness we call. International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Krishna Conscious Movement. So that means, we need to develop these two things very clearly. We should learn to depend on the Lord in our activities. We should never think, I am the doer, I can do everything, nobody can help me. I don't require help of God. That should not be there. We should depend on Lord, we should pray to Lord. And then we should work under the protection of the Lord. Okay? That means by performing the service of Krishna, we can attain his protection for sure. So then you can become fully conscious of Krishna. Then what is the benefit of become Krishna conscious? That also Krishna is telling here. Machitta sarvadurgani matprasada tarishyasi atachetvam ahankaran na sosyasi vinakshasi. which means if you become fully conscious of Krishna, you will pass over all the obstacles in whatever work you are doing. You will be cross over all the difficulties, all the obstacles. You will never be lost. If you don't become Krishna conscious, then Krishna is telling here, if you do not work in such consciousness but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Okay, so that's how one can cross over any kinds of difficulties by becoming conscious of Krishna, which means depending on Krishna and working under his protection. Then section 7, this from verses 61 to 63. So Krishna is telling about surrendering to Lord in the heart. Okay, so it is said that the Lord will be present in every living entity at the position of heart. So this is clearly Krishna is telling Bhagavad Gita. As per this, we are discussing this one. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hiddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayam sarvabhutanam yantra rudhani maya. So Krishna is telling here, our body is like a machine. Krishna clearly using the word yantra. Just like robot, you will see, no? The robo man will be there. He will, work, will do many things. Similarly, our body is also like that kind of machine only. Krishna is using the word yantra here very clearly. Yantra rudhani maya. Then Krishna is telling, Hriddesha Arjuna Tishtati, I am sitting at the position of the heart, and then I am directing the wanderings of all living entities. So those people who are fortunate will hear to the instructions and follow them, and some people don't hear, they follow their own mind. Okay, but Lord always try to instruct the living entities. Some people hear, some people don't hear. Okay, not one minute or 1 hour, 1 day, whole life Krishna is trying to give us instructions. Not even life after life he is trying to give instructions. So that much well-wisher the Lord is to all the living entities. That's why Krishna says, Suhudam Sarvabhutanam, I am the real well-wisher of all living entities. Okay, and then he is the real friend of all living entities. So then Krishna is telling to that Lord, who is Krishna, surrender unto him utterly. Surrender unto him. So what is the benefit of surrendering unto the Supreme Lord? You will attain peace. Okay, and then supreme in eternal abode, the topmost and then the permanent loka one will attain by surrendering unto Lord. So this is what Krishna told, up to now told all the instructions. Then Krishna is telling finally, Yatechas tata kuru. So Arjuna, I have told everything to you. So you deliberate on this fully and do what you wish to do. Yatechas tata kuru. Okay. So that means, you see, Lord is giving free will to living entities and is respecting. He is not enforcing people to do this thing only. He is telling what is good and he is telling you decide what you want to do. So even though our body is machine, we have free will. We have the free will to choose whatever we want to do. But robots doesn't have the free will. That's how we are different from robots. Robots can be fully controlled. Whatever you program, that only it will do. Okay. But this machine is a special machine. It can think on its own, it can do on its own, and that is given by Lord. And Lord respects that. Okay. So all the Bhagavad Gita 18 chapters, Krishna told so much knowledge, and then finally, he is not enforcing Arjuna to do, but he is telling, you decide what to do. So that is the Krishna's instruction here. Then the most important section of the whole chapter, that is section 8, verses 64 to 66. This is the most important section. For this instructions, Krishna is telling whole Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters, 700 slokas, before Mahabharata war, fighting with great warriors, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and then Ashwadhama, great warriors are there. Okay. So, and then, big fight is going to happen, happened also. Okay, all these things Krishna is doing to give these important instructions for all of us, for whole human beings, for all mankind. Krishna is giving this, arranging all these things to give these instructions. So, what are those instructions? Krishna is telling, I am speaking to you the most confidential knowledge. Up to now, Krishna keep on telling every chapter, this is important knowledge, this is highest knowledge, this is confidential knowledge. But this is the last time Krishna is telling. That means this is the confidential and the topmost of all the knowledge what Krishna has revealed from all the chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is telling to Arjuna, because you are my very dear friend, I am revealing this secret to you, Arjuna. So, Arjuna is a great devotee and friend of Krishna. So, that's why Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Okay. So, fortunately, we are also coming to know to Arjuna. Okay. Actually, Lord wants to reveal to all of us. So, what is that supreme instruction? What is the confidential knowledge? 2 slokas Krishna describes this knowledge. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mame vaishya satyam te pratijane priyosime. So, these slokas at the starting of this 18th chapter, I told, once again I am telling very clearly because these important slokas. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus, you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So, after reading whole Bhagavad Gita, to what point people have to come? Krishna is telling clearly here. Always think of Krishna, become devotee of Krishna, worship Krishna and offer obeisance unto Krishna. So, by doing these 4 things, you will come back. You will go back to Vaikuntha without fail. I promise you. Krishna is doing Shabada. By following these 4 things, you will go back to Godhead for sure. Then, the most important sloka, which is inspiration for many devotees. Across the globe, many people get inspired just by hearing to this sloka. So, what is the sloka? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sarnam vraja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshishyam asuchaha. So, abandon all varieties of religions, just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So, whatever you learnt, whatever kinds of dharmas you learnt, all these things you just give up. Just surrender unto me. Don't worry. I will purify you from all kinds of sinful activities. I will take you back to Godhead. So, this surrenderance, this what is Krishna is wanting from the Jiva. So, because we don't surrender to Krishna, we are suffering in this material world. We take shelter of many other people. We take shelter of many other items. We think we depend on ourselves so much. Okay, but Jiva doesn't want to surrender to Krishna. Okay, so when that Jiva attains proper knowledge, proper realization, okay, then he surrenders unto Krishna. So, who is intelligent, he surrenders to Krishna. So, to this point people have to come. Then his life becomes peaceful, happy, enlightened, and then his activities will be in righteous way, and he will be attaining the ultimate love of God by surrendering to Krishna. This is what is Bhakti Yoga means. Bhakti Yoga, the topmost principle is surrendering unto Krishna. Then section 9 from verses 67 to 71, results of preaching Bhagavad Gita. So, Krishna is telling the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is telling whoever understands this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, he wanted this to be preached to others. Generally, a conception is that people who knows, they'll keep with themselves only. They think that it should not be told to others. This is a misconception. Krishna wanted this knowledge to preach to others. So, Krishna is telling benefits also. Whoever preaches like that, they will attend pure devotional service. Edham paramam guhyam मद्भक्ते शब्दाश्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैशत असंशयः. Okay, so for one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotion service is guaranteed for him. At the end, he'll come back to me. So Krishna likes this preaching of Bhagavad Gita, preaching of knowledge to others very much. Okay, so that's why Krishna is telling, just by preaching you will attain the devotion service and you'll come back to me. Then one more thing Krishna is telling here, very interesting thing. नच तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता नच मे तस्माद् अन्य प्रीतरो भुवि. So that person who preaches this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to others, he is most dear to me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Kaschinme priyakruttamaha. There is no more dear person than that person who preaches knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that's what Krishna is telling Bhagavad Gita in this slokas. Now the section 10 from verses 72 to 73. Arjuna is fully enlightened. He heard sufficiently from Krishna and now is fully enlightened. And what he is going to speak you can hear now. So Arjuna is telling, I am now firm, free from doubt. I am prepared to act according to your instructions. So Karishye vachanam tava, whatever you say I will do. This was the devotee's mood. So they wait for Lord's instructions. Whatever Lord tells, they will be doing. Okay. So the Lord instructions will come through Guru for us. Okay. So those Guru instructions are Lord instructions. And disciples should be ready to do any instructions that are given by spiritual master. So next is section 11, final section, verses 74 to 78. Sanjaya's conclusion. So all this conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, which is happening in the Kurukshetra, this is been observed by Sanjaya. Sanjaya is sitting in Hastinapura, that which is in Delhi. Okay, so he is explaining to Dhritarashtra. So there he is observing everything. Then finally Sanjaya concludes. Just like we see live matches somewhere in Sharjah, India-Pakistan match happens, we can able to see here. Okay. So this technology is there done itself by the rishis, there by the siddhis they can able to see. So he is having the siddhi by mercy of Vyasadeva. He got siddhi and then he is seeing everything explained to Dhritarashtra. So what he is saying, so he also very much surprised and then enlightened by this knowledge. So he is telling, so wonderful is that knowledge that my hair is standing on end. Just like when you hear some good things or feel more happy, our hair raises in hand. Okay. Similarly, he is feeling that kind of happiness. So repeatedly recall this wondrous and happy dialogue. He is again when something you like very much, again you will remember. If you see a hit movie, if you like very much, you will remember that again and again. That's what is Sanjaya feeling here. I am struck with wonder more and more. I rejoice again and again. So then the final sloka, Sanjaya tells here, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishno, Yatra Padho Danuddaraha, Tattasir Vijayar Bhutir Dhvanitir Matir Mama. So wherever there is Krishna, master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, okay, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power and morality. That is my opinion. This is what Sanjaya is telling. That means wherever Krishna and Arjuna are there, okay, there will be opulence, Aishwarya will be there, victory, Vijaya will be there, extraordinary power, Shakti will be there, and morality, Niti. Okay, all these four things will be there. So some people have misconception to keep Krishna and Arjuna photo in their home. They think that home will be Mahabharata. Always fight will happen. It is nothing like that. It's a blind conception. Bhagavad Gita is telling, wherever if you keep Arjuna and Krishna picture in the home, if you remember them, all these four things you'll be getting. So by hearing Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells one more thing here, that one will become free, one who hears Bhagavad Gita with faith without any envy. If you keep faith on Krishna and you hear, and then without any enviousness towards the Supreme Lord, if you hear, then you will become free from all the sinful reactions and attains the higher planets where the pious people live. Just by hearing Bhagavad Gita, you will get that much great Sukruti. Okay, so one should have faithful hearing. By faithful hearing, one will get this kind of benefit just by hearing Bhagavad Gita. Following is secondary thing. Just by hearing, you will get a great benefit. So that's the power of Bhagavad Gita. So that's how this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is a great science. One has to learn from a guru properly. We discussed briefly. This is only brief discussion. Brief discussion, only this much is there. So depth, so much knowledge is there. Whenever you read again and again, you will find more and more new points. But it should be done under the proper guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Then you will understand very clearly. So we have many lectures of Srila Prabhupada. Each sloka Srila Prabhupada used to take for 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay. So if you hear, you will understand more depth of Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We have advanced course also. This is like a preliminary course. We call this as Bachelor of Gita Science. We are calling this degree as. And then next is Masters of Gita Science. So that will be more detailed. It will take more time to explain also. So whoever is interested in future, we are going to start this course, not immediately, but after some time you can join that course to understand more. But thing is, you need to practice sadhana also. Just by reading you cannot understand. Krishna is telling bhaktyam abhijanati. Only devotees can understand. So how you can become devotee of Krishna? By chanting his holy names. One has chant regularly Hare Krishna Mahamantra and hear. Then when you read, then you will understand the Bhagavad Gita very clearly. That's the qualification. So immediately we want to give some applications which we can apply in our life from the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita has many concepts, hundreds of concepts are there. But especially for youth, some principles are immediately required. And they have to practice to be happy in the life, to practice devotion and be successful in their life. Okay. So that kind of important knowledge and applications we are going to discuss. So that course we are going to start. Next course is that one. We are calling as Folk 2. Folk means our youth department is called as Folk. Folk means Friends of Lord Krishna, FOLK. So Folk 2, it is one level of the folk. We have different levels also. Folk 4, Folk 8, like different levels are there. So Folk 2 course we are going to start. So in this you will understand more detailed knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which we require immediately now. So I request all of you to join this course. This will be there on every Sundays, weekly once. Sundays will be there. Sunday evening around 4 p.m. we'll be holding these classes. Then first one small debate will be there on the current issues, how to apply on the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. It's a very interesting debates. Current issues will take up. You learn many practical things. Then there will be class will be there. Up to say 4 to 4:40 is debate, and 4:45 to 5:45 class will be there. Then around 8:15 same day, Sunday, we'll be holding one very interesting session by name Perfect Question, Perfect Answers. Okay. So for this session, you can ask any question. You will be getting answers from senior devotees of our movement, who are presidents of Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Jaipur, and then Ahmedabad, like that across the various centers, senior devotees are there. They will be answering your question. It's a great opportunity for all of us to hear from that senior devotees. And then on daily basis also we'll conduct some 5 minutes, 15 minute sessions. So we'll inform about this in future. So currently we're starting on every Sunday. All of you please join. It is at Sunday evening 4 p.m. up to 5:45 p.m. it will be there. Debate and the class, and then 8:15 there will be question answer session will be there. So please participate and then enlighten yourself by the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.